Well, believe it now, baby, because you up against it. Oh, yeah. We're talking about the future of the world. We're talking about all of these different things that have transpired throughout the world. But let's talk basketball. Basketball. All night long. Hook it, chuck it, basketball. All night long. Now, this game broke down to a lot of different factions that took place. Boston choked, but we're going to get into that. The Boston Celtics, they came and did what they normally do. They played a controlled set offense, and they had the game under control. And what surprised me, but really didn't surprise me, was the fight in the Toronto Raptors. I thought the Raptors would give it up, but then again, there were some questionable calls in that game that the referees were giving Toronto hope. And I said, oh, okay, they're really helping Toronto, because they are fighting hard, but this is finna get out of hand. And the refs is like, we've given them hope, and we're gonna give them a chance. We're gonna have a 7-game drama. Meanwhile, Jimmy's kicking back, resting up. Hey, if they want to do Toronto versus the Miami Heat, I'm with that. Boston, I'm down for that. Boston is the better chance. Now, here's the situation. Boston got screwed tonight. They got screwed. They got jobbed. This game was over in regulation. Kemba Walker was fouled. But I did like the fact that the team of the Toronto Raptors rallied together. Lowry was able to get those guys rallied and said, look, we defending champs. We going out. They're going to have to drag us off the court. And they played hard. They played extremely hard tonight. And they dug down in the 2 overtimes. But at the end of regulation, with 2 seconds left on the clock, Kemba Walker was fouled. And they kept it a jump ball. Kemba had a rough day, but Kemba was fouled. He should have been on the free throw line, shooting 2, with 2.2 seconds to go. He was fouled. They went and did the replay challenge, and they said, well, the call stands. We see a tie-up. It's a jump ball. Instant replay got to go. It's got to go. It's flawed. I mean, what other place do you know where at your job they want you to look at the work you did and say it was your fault? You made a decision and they want you to come back and say you made a mistake. Yeah, right. No, I got it right. No, that's a foul. No, it's a foul. You want to challenge me? So now you challenging the referee and saying, I don't trust you. I think you wrong. So and then you want him to go review what happened. I'm like, shouldn't there be an outside person doing the review? If I tell a side of the story and then he says the side of the story and said, you know what, we need to settle this. You need to review both sides of the story and tell me which side you agree with. I'll be, you know what, you right. I think I'm right. What kind of foolery is this? Oh, in the 2 overtimes, Boston was more fatigued. Marcus Smart came alive and played well, but the guys were tired, man. Brown, all these guys, man, every time they had it and was in the game and trying to get some control, it seemed like they was mentally exhausted of dealing with the pressure of Toronto. They were wearing them out. Tatum was tired. He was tired. They were wore out. The double overtimes, they were done. They didn't have anything left no more. I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, they're dead tired. 16, man, y'all ain't hitting the like button? What the hell going on around here? I came in the game a little different. Powell came alive and showed why he was so vital in last year's postseason. He balled. And this is the first game he ever balled in basically the whole playoffs to me. He balled today. But it was more because they were exhausted. And these are the games Tatum got to make up his mind. This is why I keep telling y'all about Tatum, about him being at superstar status. It's not there yet. He's not a superstar yet. You see, Tatum got to close these games. You know, the Rockets, they should be up 3-0. The Rockets have had all of these games. They had them all. The only person that keeps losing the game for them is Russell Westbrook. The game, they will be winning the game, or it'll be a 2-point game or tied, and then next thing you know, they're down 10. Westbrook got 0 for 7 and about 5 turnovers in the process. And then you got to live with it but now he's going to put people on the unemployment line. Yeah, I know. We need some answers on House. Why did House go back to the house? We need a report on that, because that's like right before the game. There's a lot of people that's gambling right now that want some answers. And oh, there's so much going on. But, them winning in double overtime like that was a nice thriller. Toronto hit some big shots down the stretch. Powell mainly. But that game should have been won in regulation. But when you got the refs on your side, the refs were pulling for 7 games. So was the NBA. They want to slow this down so that they could speed up the Western Conference. This, Miami series went too fast because Giannis got hurt, and there's no need to extend that series anymore because Giannis is not going to play even if it was game 6, so might as well just end the season for them. Now, let's get to it. What it do, Mr. Jacobs? Do any of you get the post I sent out when I sent a post? Like I share the videos? I don't know if you guys actually get those. You gotta let me know. Kawhi could always pass the ball. He just don't get attention for that. Tonight, like I told you, Kawhi needs to be the facilitator for this event. For this matchup, he's more dangerous facilitating the ball. And when you saw from him, and the team rallied behind it, is the fact that he was aggressive on defense, letting the defense turn into offense. They clogged the lanes. They made Joker have to prove, like, Joker, you're going to have to hit all of that stuff you hit the other night. You got to hit all that again. It wasn't going to be the Joker Murray show. They guarded, they doubled at the right time. They guarded the pick and roll. They stopped Joker doing all those fancy passes, getting those assists. They put that on ice. They made an 8-point lead look like a 20-point lead. Denver was discombobulated. They couldn't buy a shot at a certain point. They could not stop Kawhi Leonard. They had three guys, and what Denver's doing is they're running a double and triple screens on Kawhi to make him give up the ball, and he don't. That's the thing. He don't pick up his dribble. And that's something that other people got to learn how not to do. The double team comes, they pick up their dribble. Kawhi keeps his dribble alive. And those who are able to keep their dribble alive, you could do more damage by keeping your dribble alive. When they bring the double, that's for you to pick up the ball. Now they know, okay, he got to either shoot or pass, now I can get up on him. But you got to learn how to just keep that dribble alive a little bit longer, and things will open up for you. And Kawhi kept his dribble alive, took on three guys, one of them got a shot off the glass. I said, yeah, they done. And I'm sitting there, we're in Jenny's live. I'm looking at it, I'm down on my phone, looking at Kawhi go to the bucket. I get up, join the comment section, go back down to the phone, because I knew I had to talk to you guys. Now I was in there like, Kawhi is going off. When he had that poor shooting game, that's why I told you, I'm not worried about Kawhi. When Kawhi put out the 13-point game in the playoffs, this is his first bad game really in the playoffs. So I'm like, he deserves one. We all got that one game where you don't play very well. We all got that one game that we're just not playing well. Nothing we doing is working. We can't believe it. We don't understand the process. It's just senseless to us. It's not meant to be. And all of these things come to the forefront. Now, I think the Clippers defense tonight was some of the best it's been in a long time. The Nuggets made a push. They made a push, but there's nothing they can do. They're outgunned, they're outmatched. The Clippers bench is too much for their bench. Michael Porter Jr. will be okay, but they did better on the offensive glass, and Kawhi's assists which they never saw before. Kawhi would average 10 assists a game if guys was making their shots. If playoff P can, get on point, he can get 9 assists probably in the first half. But Kawhi's a closer. You bring him in to close the games. You bring him in to be the guy that, like, okay, Kawhi, we need you to take over right now. And all those people talking about load management, you ain't gonna hear that talk no more, do you? And what he look like? In my opinion, Kawhi Leonard is still the best player in the league. They cannot stop the mid-range game, but he wasn't really doing mid-range jump shots tonight. He did some. He was going at them. Going to the rim. Going at them. That's what made the difference in the game. When he jumped up and he went at them and said, it's on. To me, that was the difference. That was the difference in the game. When Kawhi makes up his mind, he wants to be aggressive, it's on. And ain't nothing anybody can do about it. Well, no, sometimes you gotta blame personnel. Did Brad Stevens make a bad call tonight? I don't think he did. I think Kemba just didn't have a Kemba type of game. The Kemba that needed to show up and facilitate the ball more and be the passer, he tried to be the Kemba to come and end the series. And that guy wasn't going to get it done. But Kemba got fouled on the last play of the game where he should have been shooting free throws, and he wasn't. Now, why wasn't Kemba shooting free throws? They called a jump ball, said it was a tie-up. Well, you're going to have to ask the refs that. Because in my estimation, and a lot of other people's estimation, he should have been shooting free throws. That's how I saw it. But this is where Jason Tatum, and that's what I'm saying, if you want that superstar status, you want that badge of honor, you got to be able to show and show out. This is where you got to step up and say, I got to close this. Kemba, give me the ball. This is where Jason Tatum has to prove he's a superstar. This is the time to be that guy. Kawhi is as quiet as can be, quiet as a mouse, don't say a word. But when it's time to be that guy, he's going to be that guy. I'm glad he had that 13-point game. And they lost. And he couldn't get a shot to drop. And he was turning over the ball. I'm so glad he had that game. Do you want to know why I'm glad he had that game? Because I knew I'd never see that damn game again. I knew Kawhi Leonard was going to tear it up on the court. Because that's what great players do. Do you think he just went to bed that night? Do you not know that he was probably in that gym shooting that basketball, practicing that shot, going over and over meticulously in his head? The focus is there. While all these other players are trying to bring their family into the bubble, Jimmy Butler was like, why? Why am I bringing you here in this bubble for and exposing you to what could be danger, and all that? Stay at home. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. 2 months? I'm going to be gone 2 months. People do that in the military for less. No, you wait there. I'll be there shortly. Tatum just young. Yeah, well, this is what, third year? As a rookie, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Then last year, his second year, he had the sophomore slump. And now this year, third year, you got a chance to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals, to probably go to the NBA Finals for the first time. You got to step up. Now you have no choice. They supposed to have been beating Toronto by 20 points a game. Defensively, they're better than what they do. They think is they're so inconsistent. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, the Clippers, on the other hand, they're very consistent. Kawhi is like dealing with all these personalities that like to have fun and do all these things, so he tries to keep everybody centered and grounded. And when they see him being serious and grounded, they get serious. Because if it means something to Kawhi, it's damn well better mean something to them. And that's how they were playing it. They were like, okay, all right, let's get serious. No, come on, let's go, let's focus. Pat Bev get to Malby, Kawhi be, hey! We don't need that, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's get focused. We need people to be focused and keep the momentum going. But when people get indecisive and they don't know what to do, Kawhi is going to make sure that's not going to be a problem. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Paul, playoff P over there scared. It's the fourth quarter. It's kind of close. They're all going to be looking at me. They're going to be playoff P. No, I can't shoot it, Kawhi. I can't shoot it, Kawhi. You're going to have to take it. Just give me the ball, P. All right. Just give me the ball. I just need protection. Just need some protection. Yeah, protection. And that's what's going to happen. Came to Kawhi, and he said, all right. That's why I'm saying it's going to be hard for a team to beat the Clippers 4 times. It's hard to beat Kawhi Leonard 4 times. Let that sink in. It is going to be hard to beat them 4 times. When the Golden State Warriors, right, breezed through the playoffs with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's first year there. They met in the Western Conference Finals, the San Antonio Spurs. And do you want to know what happened when they met the San Antonio Spurs? When they met the San Antonio Spurs, the Spurs, with Kawhi, was beating them by 20-plus points before he was injured in Game 1. When he walked off the court, the Spurs were up 20 points. That's the Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, the superpower team. They were down 20. They blamed Zaza, but Zaza wasn't the problem. That one little thing, Kawhi stepped on his own teammate foot. He kept twisting his ankle. He came back after the Zaza thing and was playing, and he stepped on another person's foot on the sideline. His own teammate. But they don't talk about that. And he never played in the rest of the series, and they lost. Got swept. So, what I'm saying is, how different would that series have been if Kawhi had played it? He left, they were up 20. It is hard to beat that man 4 times. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's like Michael Jordan. When Jordan was out there on the court, it was hard to beat that man in a 4-game series. To beat him a game or 2, you might get that. But to beat Kawhi Leonard 4 times? Absolutely. I'm going to tell y'all, stay glued to the Patreon. Later on tonight or today, things are finna jump off. There's some things brewing that y'all don't probably even know about. You've heard about it, but not the stuff in the background. There's a lot going on in the background, aka the blackground. So, I'm out. Don't forget, hit up my Cash App. It's Carceno, Karceno. And like the page, like the video, subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell so you don't miss anything. I'm out. Love, peace, and hair grease.